Everything you thought you knew about their perfect marriage was a calculated, million-dollar lie. You've seen them on the red carpet, perfectly posed, flashing those million-dollar smiles, looking like the pinnacle of Hollywood royalty. You've read the magazine profiles about their secret to a happy home and their shared love for charity. But what if I told you that every single frame, every interview, and every curated Instagram post was part of a high-stakes, corporate-level cover-up? We aren't talking about a messy divorce or a cheating scandal. We're talking about a cold, calculated double-life protocol designed to protect an empire that makes the Marvel Cinematic Universe look like a low-budget indie project. Lean in close, because once you hear this, you're never going to look at their glossy photos the same way again. You've been played, and honestly, they were counting on it. So, why should you care? Because while you were rooting for their happily ever after, they were busy orchestrating a massive, multi-layered deception that involves offshore accounts, decoy identities, and non-disclosure agreements that would make a world leader sweat. This isn't just gossip, this is the anatomy of a massive PR machine that treats human emotion like a product to be packaged and sold. You deserve to know the truth behind the smoke and mirrors. And here's where it gets absolutely crazy. For years, the public narrative was that they met on a film set, fell in love, and built a brand based on transparency and domestic bliss. But sources close to the couple, people who were in the room when the contracts were signed, have finally decided to break their silence. They revealed that the first date we all saw plastered on every tabloid cover was actually a staged press event. It wasn't about chemistry, it was about synergy. They were two rising stars being molded by the same high-powered management firm, and their union was essentially a merger of two corporate assets. Nobody saw this coming, but the double-life protocol goes way deeper than just a fake romance. We've unearthed documents suggesting that for 3 years, they weren't even living in the same state. While the PR team was posting pictures of them cooking dinner together in their sprawling mansion, he was on a private jet to Europe for secret meetings, and she was in a boutique hotel in downtown LA, living a completely different persona that the public was never supposed to see. Imagine waking up to find out your favorite power couple is actually just two strangers working a 9-to-5 shift as husband and wife. The internet went wild when a leaked photo surfaced last month, a grainy, low-quality shot taken from a balcony in Zurich. At first glance, it looked like nothing. But look at the timestamp. That was the exact night they were supposedly accepting an award in New York City, live on national television. How did they pull it off? Deepfakes? Body doubles? Or a level of technological manipulation that we didn't even know existed in the entertainment industry? The silence from their team was deafening. They didn't deny it, they just buried it under a tsunami of new, candid photos released the very next morning. It was a classic distraction tactic, and we all fell for it hook, line, and sinker. And it gets even darker. We're hearing whispers about an internal, compliance department they maintain just to keep their staff quiet. If a housekeeper or a personal assistant saw something that didn't fit the perfect marriage narrative, they weren't just fired, they were ghosted, silenced, and hit with litigation that would ruin them for a decade. Can you imagine the pressure? Living in a house where every single move you make is a potential breach of contract. It's not a home, it's a prison with velvet curtains. But here is the twist that will literally make your jaw drop. Everything we thought was a flaw in their image. The fights they let leak to the press, the short breakups they used to generate headlines. Those weren't accidents. They were scheduled. They were scripted. They were timed to coincide with the release of their respective movies, ensuring that whenever a project was about to drop, the world was obsessed with their relationship drama rather than the quality of the film. They weren't hiding their problems, they were weaponizing them. They turned their own heartbreak, real or fake, into a revenue stream that generated millions of dollars in free publicity. They've been playing us like a fiddle, turning our empathy into their profit margin. Are they even still together? Or has the protocol finally reached its expiration date? We're looking at a situation where the reality is so much more boring, yet so much more sinister, than the fantasy. They aren't lovers, they're business partners who took the performance of a lifetime and never stopped acting, even when the cameras were off. If this blew your mind, smash that like button. Subscribe, we post tea like this every single day, and you don't want to miss the follow-up on what's happening behind the scenes of the next big Hollywood romance. And comment below, did you see this coming? Do you think they're still keeping up the act, or is the facade finally starting to crumble? I want to hear your theories. Let's talk about it.